Imagine a day when you find yourself in a dream place, surrounded by indescribable comforts and luxuries. You're lying in a luxurious bed, soft sheets wrapping around you like a warm hug. Your room is a paradise of tranquility and comfort, with the intoxicating aroma of fresh flowers that perfume the air. You find yourself in your rest house, a paradisiacal refuge where all your wishes come true. From your room window, you can see a huge parking lot full of luxury cars. Your cars, of the best makes and models, are carefully lined up, ready to be driven at any time. In this world of opulence, your wealth is infinite, and there are no limits to what you can have or do. It is as if money flows endlessly, and every whim is an order that is fulfilled instantly. However, the greatest wealth you possess is not material, but emotional. It is the happiness of sharing this incredible place with your family, especially with your daughters, who are the treasure of your life. You feel invulnerable, surrounded by people willing to give everything to protect you and ensure a safe place in this world of opulence. And suddenly, like a house of cards, your little empire begins to collapse. In just 8 months, your life becomes a nightmare you never imagined. Face the harsh reality, a world that seems unknown and terrifying to you. Your comfortable bed becomes a concrete mattress, and your view of the sun is reduced to a few minutes a day. Your space is drastically reduced to a tiny 2-meter by 2-meter area. This abrupt and brutal transformation is the experience experienced by Ovidio Guzman Lopez, known as El Raton, the son of the famous drug trafficker Chapo Guzman. Ovid was recently extradited to the United States, where he faces a grim new reality. Ovidio Guzman Lopez, nicknamed El Raton, was a young man who already enjoyed a certain fame in the dark world of Mexican drug trafficking due to his relationship with the infamous Chapo Guzman. Although in his first years of life he maintained a low profile, he gradually began to gain notoriety in Culiacan, where he was seen driving luxurious sports cars from brands such as Ferrari and Lamborghini, accompanied by women and wearing ostentatious clothing. On his wrist, he always wore high-value watches, a symbol of his recognition and status. From an early age, Ovidio became involved in the family drug trafficking business. However, he initially remained in the shadows due to the attention focused on the organization's most prominent kingpins, including his own father, Chapo Guzman. But as the organization's leaders fell or were captured, Guzman Loera's sons began to take a more prominent place in the drug trade, expanding the reach and wealth of the organization. Recognition of Ovidio and his brothers was limited in their hometown, but soon expanded as they gained influence in the drug trafficking business. Despite the illegality of their activities, they were viewed with respect, including immunity from local authorities due to their lineage. These privileges allowed them to lead an extravagant life, enjoying luxuries and parties without restrictions. Ovidio, like his brothers, enjoyed an exceptional level of comfort thanks to his father's status as leader of the organization. Chapo Guzman was arrested and imprisoned, his influence and power continued to grow. The Sinaloa cartel became the organization with the largest drug trafficking internationally, with a presence in more than 50 countries. Chapo Guzman's escape from Puente Grande prison in 2001 marked a turning point in the history of the cartel. This spectacular escape was orchestrated with the help of his children and partners. Engineers designed an underground tunnel more than 1 kilometer long to allow their escape, bribing security officials to ensure the success of the operation. From that moment on, Chapo's children, including Ovidio, played a crucial role in the organization. As El Chapo regained his freedom, his influence remained strong, and soon, Ovidio and his brothers assumed control of various aspects of the family business. Ovidio, in particular, held an important place in the organization since 2008, when when he began to fill the void left by his brother Edgar Guzman El Moreno. However, Ovidio's life took a dramatic turn when U.S. authorities set their sights on El Chapo's children. Both Ovidio and his brothers, Ivan Archibaldo and Jesus Alfredo Guzman Salazar, are on the list of the most wanted by the United States government. Rewards of up to $15 million are being offered for information leading to his capture. The capture of Chapo Guzman in 2016 and his subsequent extradition to the United States marked a milestone in the fight against drug trafficking. But the organization did not stop and continued to operate under the leadership of Guzman Loera's children. Ovidio, nicknamed El Raton, was one of the main targets of Mexican and American authorities. In an attempt to capture Ovidio, Mexican forces carried out an operation in January 2023 in the municipality of Quechulac, Sinaloa. Despite being heavily guarded, Ovidio was unable to escape the encirclement of law enforcement. He was arrested and taken to a prison, marking the beginning of his downfall. The prison to which Ovidio Guzman Lopez was taken is the same high-security prison from which his father had previously escaped, the Altiplano. However, Ovid's living conditions in prison were very different from those he had experienced before. His cell was small and austere, with barely 2 meters by 2 of space. The bathroom was monitored by security cameras 24 hours a day, which meant he had no privacy for even his basic needs. The atmosphere inside the prison was oppressive. The hallways were constantly lit, making it difficult to distinguish between day and night. Ovid had access to 1 hour of sunlight a day. The rest of his time was spent locked in his cell. Communication with the guards was practically non-existent, since the predominant language was English. Visits were limited, and the black and white television screen was the only window to the outside world, broadcasting only religious or educational programs. For Ovidio Guzman Lopez, this new reality marked a drastic change in his lifestyle. His opulence and comforts became a distant memory as he faced the harsh prison conditions. And as if that were not enough, his future in the United States looked bleak as he faced serious charges, including drug trafficking, money laundering, weapons possession, illicit enrichment, and murder. So, was it worth having so much money and power to end up living in those conditions? The life of Ovidio Guzman Lopez, known as El Raton, is a shocking example of how wealth and power can crumble in the blink of an eye, leaving behind a life of luxury to face the harsh realities of prison and justice. While it is easy to be carried away by the temptation of opulence and power, Ovid's story reminds us that these ephemeral riches can disappear in an instant. The life of a drug trafficker may seem glamorous from the outside, but the long-term consequences can be devastating, as Ovidio Guzman Lopez experienced. Ultimately, the story of the mouse invites us to reflect on the true nature of wealth and power. What really matters in life? Is the pursuit of opulence and control worth risking everything? These are questions that each of us must consider on our own path, remembering that true wealth can be found in the simplest and most valuable things in life, such as love, family, and freedom. Don't forget to subscribe if you love hearing about drug trafficker stories. See you next time.